Morning, let's start the daily discussion. Okay, the first topic is regarding environment. It is ecocide. Okay, so recently the Tribunal for the Right of Nature said Mexico's Maya train project has caused crimes of ecocide and ethnocide. Two new concepts. One is ecocide, one is ethnocide. So, what is ecocide? Ecocide is defined. Okay, okay. Ecocide is defined as extensive loss, damage, or destruction of ecosystem such that the peaceful enjoyment by the inhabitants has been or will be severely diminished. Okay. So inhabitants here applies to all living creatures, not limiting crime to its anthropogenic legal view. All living creatures, plants, animals, all. Okay. If the crime is against these, it is called ecocide. Fine. Destruction, it destroys the environment, which includes port expansion projects that destroy fragile marine life and local livelihood, deforestation, illegal sand mining, polluting rivers with untreated sewage, etc. So all these are coming under the ecocide. Okay, and very harmful. Okay. Okay. So, crime in 1970, biologist Arthur Galston is credited to be the first to link environmental destruction with genocide, which is recognized as an international crime. In 1970, biologist Arthur Galston, okay, he presented this so environmental destruction as with genocide and recognized as an international crime. It referred to the use of US military agent Orange in the Vietnam War. So USA used agent Orange. So in Vietnam War, that is a severe crime, and it was cited as an example of this. Okay, so in 1972, Swedish Prime Minister used the term in a speech at the United Nations, warning that unchecked industrialization would cause irreversible damage to the environment. What? Unchecked industrialization could cause irreversible damage to the environment. British layer Foley agents or the United Nations International Crime Court to recognize ecocide as an international crime. Fine. Okay. So ICC at present, the Rome Statute of ICC deals with four atrocities as crimes. One is war crime provisions. It is the only statute that can hold a perpetrators responsible for environmental damage. Stop Ecocide Foundation. It proposed ecocide as unlawful or wanton acts committed with knowledge that there is a substantial likelihood of severe and either widespread or long-term damage to the environmental being caused by those acts. Fine. Then why should ecocide be a crime? International regulatory landscape. Ecocide is a crime in 11 countries. 27 other nations considering law around criminalizing environmental damage. So, who are the countries? European Parliament, it voted unanimously this year to ensign ecocide in law. Okay. So, the United Nations, the European Parliament has voted unanimously with year to ensign ecocide in law. Ukraine penalizes mass destruction of flora and fauna, poisoning of air or water resources, and also any other action that may cause an environmental disaster. But right now, Ukraine has been severely damaged in the environmental ground after the war. Georgia, it penalizes and defines ecocide as contamination of the atmosphere, soil, water resources, mass destruction of fauna or flora, or any other act that could have led to an ecological disaster. It also penalizes ecocide during armed conflicts. Okay. Role of ICC. ICC and Ukraine's public prosecutor are investigating Russia's role in the collapse of the Nova Kuboka Dam, which unleashed a catastrophic flood, drowning 40 regions and caused oil seepage and toxic leakage into the Black Sea. Okay. So, how is ecocide as with the climate change? Species loss. Over one third of the Earth animal and plant species to be extinct by 2050. One third. Increase in temperature, unprecedented heat waves have broken records globally. Flood, changing monsoon patterns, and anthropogenic causes have made floods the norm in states like Assam. The IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, reiterated that global climate action is insufficient. Indiscriminate burning of fossil fuels, polluting land and waterways with plastics and fertilizer, and species loss have pushed us to a new geological epoch of Anthropocene. Okay, so here criminalizing ecocide can lead to a shift in social norm. Catalyst, the amendment in the Rome Statute could have a catalyzing impact across nations to formulate their own laws. Past events, as per Stop Ecocide International, deforestation of the Amazon, deep sea trawling, or even the catastrophic 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy would have been avoided with ecocide law in place. If ecocide laws are in place, these harms. Okay, so okay, so as per this Stop Ecocide International, deforestation, Amazon, deep sea trawling, and even the catastrophic Bhopal gas tragedy could have been avoided. Ecocide law in place. If ecocide laws are in place, then these stops might have been avoided. Accountability. Law will hold individuals and corporations accountable, provides boundaries and sanctions for investment. Analysis. 2019 report found that 20 fossil fuel companies. Okay, so 2019 report found that the 20 fossil fuel companies were responsible for a third of carbon emissions despite being aware of the industry's hazardous impact. Climate justice, small nation states like the Vanuatu and Barbuda are lobbying for the ICC to declare crimes against the environment as violation of international law. Fine. So, okay, so some Indian judgment have affirmed the legal personhood of nature by recognizing rivers as legal entity with the right to maintain their spirit, identity, and integrity. In India's position with respect to ecocide, the TN Godavaram Tirumala versus of India and ORS case, others case, Supreme Court argued that environmental justice is achieved only if we drift away from the principle of anthropocentric to ecocentric, from anthropocentric to ecocentric. If we shift, then this. Okay, so environmental justice could be achieved only if we drift away from the principle of anthropocentric to ecocentric. Single code. India's environmental regime includes the Environmental Protection Act 1986, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, the Compensatory Appreciation Fund Act 2016, CAMPA, as well as separate rules to prevent air and water pollution. The separate law have to be consolidated into a code, and institutions need to be streamlined for debates like ecocide and rights of nature to find their proper way to legal challenge. Within the ambit of the NGT, National Green Tribunal, India's apex environmental regulatory body, does not hold jurisdiction to hear matters relating to the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and the Indian Forest Act 1927 of the state enacted law. So it is not mandated on this issue. Loss of forest areas. Recently passed Forest Conservation Amendment Bill 2023. The Biodiversity Amendment Bill 2023 can dilute current legal protections and will lead to the loss of 20 to 25% of forest in the country. So these two laws passed by the parliament further aggravate the situation. Okay, and so it has been projected that this will lead to more forest loss. Okay, so liability. Critical challenge is to tackle problems of liability and compensation. The survivors of Bhopal gas tragedy are still fighting for compensation. Okay, so India needs to first bring its environmental law in tune with ecocide idea for the ecocide law come of internationally. An ecocide law should be a part of the broader process of changing public consciousness, recognizing that we are in a relationship with our environment. We are dependent for our well-being on the well-being of the environment. There is a need to use various instruments, political, diplomatic, but not legal, to achieve the protection of the environment. Okay, these are the requirements. Okay, so ecocide is a big issue right now. This need to be discussed, and tangible action should be taken. So this situation can be taken care of well in advance. Okay, the next is the ASBA. What is ASBA? Application supported by block amount. ASBA stands for Application Supported by Blocked Amount. ASBA. Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI), the capital market regulator, now planning to implement 1 hour settlement of traders fast. Okay, earlier in July 2023, SEBI has announced it was working to launch real-time settlement of traders. It also announced that the application supported by block amount APSA-like facility for trading in the secondary market will likely to be launched in January 2024. Okay, what is this? So this application supported by block amount first introduced by SEBI in 2008. It is a process for making initial public offering or right issue subscriptions. ASBA is a facility provided by banks that allow investors to apply for an IPO or rights issue by blocking the application amount in their bank account instead of transferring the money to the issuer. Remember this. So what? Blocking the application amount in the bank account instead of transferring the money to the issuer. That means suppose one person want to purchase 1 lakh IPO, so that 1 lakh after getting the application, this 1 lakh will be blocked in his account and will not be changed to or not be shifted or transferred to the issuer's account, but it will be blocked in his account and he cannot draw that, but he will earn interest on this. Okay, so it is a process of making IPO or right issue subscription. APSA is a facility provided banks that allow investors to apply for an IPO or right issue by blocking the application amount in their bank account instead of transferring the money to the issuer. Under the ASBA, the investor's application money remain in their bank account and only a block is created on the fund for IPO application amount. Fine. This blocked amount remain in the investor's bank account until the allotment process is completed. When the share are allotted to the investor, the block is released and only the amount for the allotted share is deducted from the investor's account. The public issue and the right issues, all investors have to mandatorily apply through ASBA. This is the present condition. Okay. online class. Okay. So once the share are allotted to the investor, the block is released and only the amount for the allotted share is deducted from the investor's account. Suppose so he has applied for 1 lakh share, 1 lakh is block, but ultimately he gets share of 50,000. So only 50,000 will be released to the issuer and the remaining 50,000 will be the account. So it will not be transferred. That is a facility. If public issue and right issue, all investors have to mandatorily apply to the ASBA right now. Importance: ASBA is a more convenient and efficient way of applying for IPO. It eliminates the need for the investor to transfer fund to a separate account for IPO subscription. Right? It also reduces the time taken for the refund in case of unsuccessful allotment. ASBA-like facility for secondary market trading. As per recent announcement by the SEBI, ASBA-like facility for trading in the secondary market will likely be launched in January 2024. At present, ASBA is available for the primary market only. The primary market transactions involve the sale of new security to investors for the first time, and here ASBA is applicable. The secondary market provides liquidity to investors by allowing them to buy and sell security on an ongoing basis. So, for the secondary and tertiary and further sell and purchase of shares in the secondary market. Fine. It is done in the secondary market only. The facility will be based on the blocking of funds for trading in the secondary market through UPI, Unified Payment Interface. How will the ASBA facility benefit real investors in the secondary market? Earning of interest till fund get debited. ASBA in secondary market trading will ensure that clients will continue to earn interest on the blocked fund in their saving accounts till the debit takes place. Client level settlement visibility. So there will be direct settlement with the clearing corporation without passing through the full accounts of the intermediaries. So there is no need to go to the full account of the intermediaries. Directly it will be settled between the customer's account and the issuer's account. Hence it will provide client level settlement visibility to the clearing corporation and help avoid the risk of co-mining of clients, funds and securities. The hassle-free transaction, it will eliminate. Okay, so hence it will provide client level settlement visible to the clearing corporation and help avoid the risk of co-mingling of clients funds and securities. SLP transaction, it will eliminate the custody risk of clients collateral which is currently retained by the members and it is not transferred to the clearing corporation. There will be hassle-free and immediate unblocking of the client's fund and or return of security in case of members default. Efficiency in the secondary market. The facility will bring Okay, the facility settlement, the facility to bring efficiency in the secondary market ecosystem. Once it is allowed in the secondary market, by allowing usage of the same blocked amount towards margin and settlement obligations. Margin refers to the amount of money or security that an investor need to deposit with their broker to buy or sell security or margin. Settlement obligations refer to the process of delivering security and making payment for them in a security transaction. Will result in lower working capital requirements for members. Fine. Then 1 hour settlement background. Settlement is a two-way process which involves the transfer of funds and security on the settlement date. So these are all capital market related issues. Okay, the settlement is done within 1 hour. That means once the amount is received, so the shares are to be settled to the account of the person digitally in 1 hour. Okay. So T1, T2 settlements are earlier 1 day, 2 days were there, but right now within 1 hour. Trade settlement is said to be complete once purchase security of a listed company and delivered to the buyers and the seller get the money. Once the buyer get the security in his account and the seller get the amount in his account. Current cycle of trade settlement. Currently, Indian stock market follow the cycle T plus 1, means 1 day. It means trade related settlements happens within a day or 24 hours of the actual transaction. Transaction plus 1 means 24 hours, 1 day. Transaction plus 1 day. So the shares are settled within 24 hours. That means within 1 day of the transaction. The margin to the T1 cycle came into effect in January 2023. India became the second country in the world to start the T plus 1 settlement cycle in top listed security after China. China was the first country to launch this T plus 1 settlement, and India became the second one. That means so Indian stock market is becoming very smarter, so it is able to settle the things in 1 day. Okay. So the margin to T plus 1 cycle came into effect in January 2023. India became the second country after China on this. 1 hour settlement, and 1 hour settlement typically refers to a short settlement cycle where security transactions are settled within 1 hour of the trade execution. Means the trade is executed and the settlement will be done within 1 hour. This means that the actual transfer of security and funds between the buyer and the seller occurs quickly, usually within 60 minutes after the trade is executed. As per SEBI, this is the precursor to instantaneous settlement. The technology for implementation of 1 hour trade settlement, however, for instantaneous trade settlement, the system needs some additional technology development which may take more time. What are the benefit of 1 hour trade settlement? Reduce counterparty risk. A shorter settlement cycle reduces the exposure to counterparty risk as the parties involved in the trade settle their obligations more quickly. Enhance liquidity. Faster settlement can improve liquidity in the market. Okay. Okay, so lower margin requirement, traders may require lower margin or collateral when they know that settlement will occur rapidly, potentially reducing their cost of trading. Reduce market risk. Shorter settlement cycle can help minimize market risk. The market price of the security is less likely to change significantly the trade execution and the settlement. Fine, risk will be less. Then the next topic is an education, the amalgamation. Okay. So, what is this? The Indian Minister for Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dharmendra Pradhan, has launched the Malabya Mission, a teacher training program by the University Grant Commission at Kaushal Bhavan, New Delhi. The program is aimed at enhancing the quality of education by providing specialized training for teachers in higher education institutions. The minister announced the renaming of the Human Resource Development Center as Madan Mohan Malabya Teachers Training Center. Fine. It is right now changed to the Teachers Training Center. Okay, the Human Development Center has been changed to Madan Mohan Malabya Teachers Training Center. The Malabya Mission Teachers Training Program is a component of the government's attempt to improve educational quality at all levels. Okay, the Malabya Mission attempts. Okay, the Malabar Mission attempts to improve faculty members' competencies in higher education institutions. It is intended to offer customized training program to address the various needs of instructors. The program could seek to develop the skill of 15 lakh 1.5 million instructors in India's higher education institutions. So, to achieve widespread coverage, 111 Malabya Mission centers will be established across the country. 111 Malabya missions will be established, Malabya mission centers will be established all over the country for improving the quality of teachers' education and upgrading teachers' skill in this domain. Fine. Because teachers' education, okay, the program could seek to develop the skill of 15 lakh instructors. The program coincides with the goal of the National Education Policy and strive to prepare educator for the future, improve teacher training quality and build teacher leadership skill. The Malabian mission capacity building will lead to a credit structure to give educator with the career advancement pathway. Okay. The Malabo mission's capacity building will be linked to a credit structure to give educator with career advancement pathway, highlighting the significance of continual professional development. The Project Naman, Indian Army has initiated a new initiative called Project Naman to provide support and assistance to the ex-servicemen and family of the martyrs. What is that? The project aims to facilitate the rehabilitation and reintegration of veterans into civilian society, as well as to honor the sacrifices of the brave soldiers who laid down their lives for the nation. Veteran and their families, the project focus on the welfare of army veterans and their families, particularly the relatives of those who have given their ultimate sacrifice for the country. It recognizes and answers the need and concern of those who have saved their country. Facilitation and grievances redressal. Naman builds facilitation and grievance centers to provide veteran and their families with a one-stop solution. The centers will offer help and support in a variety of areas, including government services and grievance resolutions. Both government service and grievance resolution. Okay. So, access to service. The Naman Common Service Center will provide government to customer services. This means that veterans and their families can easily access a variety of vital services, making it easier for them to negotiate bureaucrat red tape. Digital integration. The project's goal is to make it easier for. Okay. So actually services, the Norman Common Service Center to provide government customer services. This means that veterans and families can easily access a variety of vital services, making it easier for them to negotiate bureaucratic red tape. Digital integration. The project's goal is to make it easier for retirees to update their accounts on the first portal. Digital interaction integration is critical because it speeds the process of uploading pension related information, ensuring that veterans receive their correct and timely payment in time. Expansion plan. In phase 2, the program intends to expand by establishing 13 more centers at other military bases across India. This development demonstrates the Indian Army's commitment to broadening its support network for veterans and their families. Collaboration. Project Naman is a joint venture between the Indian Army, the HDFC Bank Limited, and the common that Central E-Governance India Limited. Such collaborations can lead to more efficient project implementation and broader reach, and the veterans can get the benefits. Then the next is the comet Nishimura, and a newly discovered comet is making its way through our cosmic neighborhood for the first time in over 400 years. Concerning comet Nishimura, astronaut Haido Nishimura detected the comet in mid-August by taking 30-second exposures using regular digital camera. Since then, the comet, formerly known as the C223Q1 Nishimura, has grown brighter as it moved through the inner solar system. Because the comet is angularly close to the sun, it will only be visible early before sunrise or late before sunset. Currently, the comet is in the constellation Leo. Every 435 years, it completes an orbit around the sun. Definition of the comet: comet are celestial objects primarily composed of ice, dust, and rocky materials. They are often described as dirty snowballs or icy dirt balls due to their mixtures. Okay, so they are often described dirty snowballs. Comets typically have highly elliptical orbits that takes them from the distant regions of the solar system into the inner solar system, where they become visible to observers on Earth. Fine. Okay, so typically they range from a few kilometers to tens of kilometers wide, but as they orbit closer to the sun, they spew out gases and dust which form the tail, and that is called the comet has a tail. Okay, this is the visibility. It has a tail pointing toward the sun. A constellation is a group of stars that, when viewed from Earth, appears to form a specific pattern or shape in the night sky. These patterns, okay, form a specific pattern or shape in the night sky. These patterns are the result of the human imagination, as people from various cultures throughout history have associated groups of stars with mythological figures. Okay, so okay, human imagination, as people from various cultures throughout history have associated groups of stars with mythological figures, animals, and objects. They call the constellations. That Indian Green Building Council, Vijayawada railway station was awarded the Green Railway Station certification, the highest rating of platinum by the Indian Green Building Council. About the Indian Green Building Council, okay. So the Indian Green Building Council is part of the Confederation of Indian Industry (CII), which was formed in the year 2001. It is India's premier certification body. The council offers a wide array of services, include developing new green building rating programs, certification services, and green building training programs. Fine. The council also organizes Green Building Congress, its annual flagship event on green buildings. It is also among the five. Okay, so it also among the five countries that are in the board of the World Green Building Council discussing global issues at the COP and similar global platforms. The rating is based on six environmental categories, which includes sustainable station facility, health, hygiene and sanitation, energy efficiency, water efficiency, smart and green initiatives, and innovations and development. Its headquarters is in Hyderabad, National Green Building Foundation. Okay. The प्रधानमंत्री दक्षता और कौशलता संपन्न हितकारी PM Daksha Yojana. The government recently informed the parliament about the PM Daksha scheme. The PM प्रधानमंत्री दक्षता और कुशलता संपन्न हितकारी योजना is a central sector scheme. Central sector means so the central government provide the entire funding. The main objective of the scheme is to enhance competency level of the target groups to make them employable both in self-employment and wage employment for their socio-economic development. Target group scheduled caste and other backward castes, economically backward castes, denotified tribes, Safai Karmachari including West Peakers etc. and women. Age criteria, the age criteria of the scheme between 18 to 45. Income criteria, no income limit for the scheduled caste, Safai Karmachari including West Speakers and the denotified tribes. The annual family income should be below 3 lakhs for the OBC. For the economically backward classes, annual family income should be below 1 lakh. Nodal ministry, this scheme introduced by the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India. Okay, so this scheme will provide them financial support for their. Okay, so the Kunbij, the Maharashtra government recently decided that the Kunbij certificates will be members of the Maratha community. That's the Kunbij. The certificate will be issued for other Marathas who hail from the Marathwada region and possesses revenue or education documents from the Nizam era that recognize them as Bij. The Marathwada region was part of the erstwhile Hyderabad kingdom before it became part of the Maharashtra. The five-member panel headed by the retired Judge Sandeep Sindhe determined the standard operating procedure for giving caste certificate to the members of this community, referred to as the Kunbij in the Nizam era document. The Kunbij community assumed the agriculture are groups under the other backward category. Okay. So when Marathwada was part of the Hyderabad province till the 1960, Marathas were there were counted as Kunbij. Okay. When the region became part of Maharashtra, many were counted as Maratha and not OBCs. The Kunbij, alternatively the Kanbi, the Kurmi is a generic term applied to caste of traditional farmers in coastal India. Fine. Yeah, the Kurmij or the Kanbij they are called as. They include the Dhonji, the Ghatoli, the Hindre, Yadav, Jare, Hare, Liwa, Leva Patil, Donare, and the Tiroli community of the Vidarbha region. Most of the Malwas serving in the armies of the Shivaji came from this community. The Sindh and Gaikwad dynasty of the Maratha Empire are originally of the Kunbi origin. The community are largely found in the state of Maharashtra but also exist in the states of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Kerala, and Goa to some extent. Fine. Then coming to the question, stating the significance of traditional water harvesting system in India, enumerate the need to reduce them. Okay. So historical evidence shows that both floods and droughts are regular occurrence in throughout the history of India. Perhaps this is why every region in the country has its own traditional water harvesting techniques. Okay, so perhaps this is why every region in the country has its own traditional water harvesting technique that reflect the geographical peculiarities and cultural uniqueness of the region. The basic concept underlying all these techniques is that rain should be harvested whether and wherever it falls. They are called Kulal in Jammu, Kul in Himachal Pradesh, and Bul in Uttarakhand. The Maharashtrian call them Pat. The Ladakh they are called as the Jing, and in the Nagaland Jabo. Tamilians call them Irish, Canadians Kerij, Rajasthan have Tankaj, Teach, Bawadij, Jharla, and a host of others. Traditional water harvesting system exist all over India, but after serving the nation for several millennia, that drying a slow death. Okay, so jhalara are typical rectangular step wells that have tied steps on three four sides. These step wells collect the subterranean sewage of an upstream reservoir or a lake. Jharlas were built to ensure easy and regular supply of water for religious rites, royal ceremonies, and community use. The city of Jodhpur has 8 jharlas, the oldest being the Mahamandir Jharla that dates back to the 6th AD. The lab are reservoirs that store water for household consumption and drinking purposes. They may be natural, such as the Pokharian ponds at the Tikamagad in the Bundelkhand region, or man-made, such as the lakes of Udaipur. Bawarij are unique step wells that were once a part of the ancient network of water storage in the city of Rajasthan. The little rain that the region received could be diverted to the man-made tankas through the canals built on the hilly outskirts of the cities. The water could then percolate into the ground, raising the water table and recharging the deep and intricate network of aquifers. Tanka is a traditional rainwater harvesting technique indigenous to the Thar desert region of Rajasthan. A tanka is a cylindrical webbed underground pit to which rainwater from rooftops, country and artificially prepared catchment flows. Once completely filled, the water stored in the tanka can last throughout the dry seasons and it's sufficient for a family of 4 to 6 members. Important element of the water security in these arid regions, tanka can save families from the everyday drudgery of fetching water from distant sources. Ahar Panis are traditional flood water harvesting systems indigenous to the South Bihar. Aharans are reservoirs with embankments on three sides that are built at the end of diversion channels like the Painish. Painish are artificial rivulets laid off from rivers to collect water in their aharans for irrigation. The dry months, paddy cultivation in this relatively low rainfall area depends mostly on the Harpenage. Joe Hart's one of the oldest system of used to conserve the water. Okay, so oldest system used to conserve and recharge the groundwater. A small earthen checks dams that capture and store rainwater constructed in an area with naturally high elevation on three sides. A store pit is made by excavating the area, and excavated soil is used to create a well on the fourth side. Need to reintroduce traditional rainwater techniques in India. The large water supply system built around mega dams are proved to be extremely capital intensive, long gestation period, and rather low return in terms of increased crop productivity, largely because the water supplied by this system is determined more by bureaucracies controlling this system rather than the farmers. Irrigation efficiency of tube wells, since they are farmer controlled, has been much better, but the rapid increase in tube well in dry areas without the supplementary groundwater recharge that used to be ensured by traditional water harvesting system, leading to depleting of the underground water aquifer and will become a severe problem in the years to come. Traditional rainwater harvesting system requires small sum of money, as large part of which can come from local community, thus avoiding an undue drain on the state exchequer. Okay. So okay, so they can be built within months instead of years like large dams. They'll be under the control of the farmers themselves, and they can be. Okay, so they can be built within months instead of the years like large dams. They'll be under the control of the farmers themselves, and they can be used consecutively with tube wells, as they can discharge the groundwater aquifers. So, in conclusion, it can say these traditional systems are ecologically safe, viable, and cost effective alternative to rejuvenate India's depleted water resource. Productively combining these structures with modern rainwater saving techniques such as percolation tank, injection wells, and subsurface barriers would be the answer to India's perennial water woes. With about 5 to 10% of India's land area set aside for rainwater collection, most of India's irrigation and household water needs can be met from this. Then coming to the MCQs, Project Naman, so is frequently seen in news. Lunch, so Naman project is for the ex-servicemen and their families, launched by the Indian Army. Okay, providing support to ex-servicemen and the family of the martyrs by the Indian Army. Recently, Justice Amitabh Roy Committee was in news, so it is related to this report highlighted the need for reforms in the correctional justice system to make it more inclusive for women. Answer is A, right answer. Okay. Consider the following statement regarding the Kunbij community. Kunbij are grouped under the other backward class community in Maharashtra. That is right. The communities are largely found in state of Maharashtra only. No, they are not only in Maharashtra. So in the outskirts of Maharashtra, so they are also found in other areas like Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Kerala, and Goa. Fine. So 2 is incorrect. So only 1 is correct. Okay. Then the Diksha Yojana, Pradhan Mantri the Diksha Yojana is a central sector scheme, that is right. Okay, so that is right. The main scheme is to enhance competency levels scheduled caste and scheduled women for the women only. Okay, so which one? It is the PM Diksha. It is a central sector scheme, that is right. Scheduled class, OBC, economically backwards, dignified tribes and women. So 2 is incorrect, but 1 is correct. Okay, so which is correct? So so for question number 4, so 1 is correct, but 2 is incorrect. Fine. Okay. Okay. So then this scheme introduced the Ministry of Social Empowerment. So 2 are correct, 1 and 3. 2 is incorrect. Fine. So only 2 are correct, 1 and 3. Then recently Port of Odisha, Kurmsuk and Provinci, they are in the Black Sea, the Black Sea ports. Fine. MQ-9B Predator drones were from United States of America. So they are developed by USA. Then consider the following statement regarding the Indian Green Building Council. Work under the Confederation Indian Industry, right? And it award Green Railway Station certification. Both are correct. Okay. So with reference to the Chitala fish, consider the following statement. It is a nocturnal freshwater fish, right? It is found in India only. Categorized as the near threatened under the Asian Red List. So 2, 1 and 3 are correct. 2 are correct. Then the term Balfour Declaration, sometimes news regarding the Israel-Arab conflict. Consider the following statement regarding the zero draft development by the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee. It is an international legally binding instrument to end plastic pollution. That is right. India is not a party to this. India is a party, so 2 is incorrect. Okay. So how many are correct? Only 1 is correct because India is a party. So 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. So only 1 is correct. Thank you for watching. Keep watching regularly to update yourself on the development going on around you to our daily sessions starting at 12 am every day. Thank you.